How's it going, Centennial fans? Welcome to episode 2 of The Journal. I'm your host, Sean O'Neill.
And I'm Nisha Davis. Today we have another exciting show for you with many intriguing and interesting stories.
Today you'll be seeing everything from hypnotherapists to movie makers, dance breakers, and cookie bakers.
And stay tuned till the end of our show when we'll have a very special guest performer.
And now for our first story. If you like cookies, then you're definitely going to like this one. Eden is a young baker whose cookies are out of the ordinary and absolutely delicious. Let's take a look.
Starting a business isn't an easy task for anyone, and running a successful business is even harder. Entrepreneur Eden Herzog started her business at the age of 19, and her line of healthy baked goods has now become a staple in many homes. New Moon Kitchen started off as a small project that grew into something much bigger.
I had a part-time job baking when I was in high school, and I was making all my own original desserts at this cafe, and then high school was done and I wanted to make some extra money, so I thought I'll just start selling my baked goods just for fun and some extra money, and then it just became a business. So that's the story.
Starting a business at the age of 19 isn't an easy task, but entrepreneurship was in her blood and she went for it without looking back.
I think it was just an intuitive thing for me because my mom owned a business and my grandmother had owned a business, so it just seemed like very natural to just go for it, and I didn't really think twice about it.
Like any new business, there were some tough times, but Eden had faith in it and overcame any obstacles that stood in her way.
The hardest thing was when my business partner left. My best friend and I started the business together, and she was here for 5 years, and then there came a point where she felt like it wasn't what she wanted to do, and so I had to decide if I wanted to do it by myself. And at that point, the business was just started past the startup point. It was just kind of growing a little bit out of infancy, and I knew there was a lot of work ahead, and it was the decision of whether or not I would do it. There were moments, like in the beginning of the first few years, a lot of things break and you don't really have any money, and there were some really trying moments, but I don't think I've ever wanted to give up. But it was definitely tested and continue to be tested all the time.
All that hard work was worth the effort and has certainly paid off for Eden, who has accomplished more than most people have at her age. Not only is she running a successful business, but she released her debut CD late last year.
Owning and operating the business for this many years definitely feels like a huge accomplishment. Releasing the CD was a big thing because it's not like I had so much spare time to be a musician, but I managed to do it. So those two things feel really good.
Eden's company affects those around it in a different and more personal way than most companies do. It is able to touch people and gives them something to feel good about.
It seems to be just a very positive thing. I mean, it is a positive thing, but I just noticed the people that work here are all really happy to work here, and they leave here feeling good, and it enriches their lives, and people that I meet that like the product just seem really happy about it. We have fans and great reviews, and it just adds something nice to people's lives that makes them feel good, and I think it's a good company out in the world, so I'm very proud of it.
Oh, I just love cookies. I love everything. I love the way they just melt in your mouth when they're fresh out of the oven. Like, I just love when the smell of them in bakery windows. Just everything about cookies, the way they crumble in your fingertips. They're just, there's nothing but.
Relax. It's just a cookie.
You're just a cookie.
Okay. So that was a really scrumptious and lovely story, if I do say so myself. And we all know how Sean feels about cookies. So what are we watching next, Sean?
Well, Nisha, our next feature will just blow your mind. Born in Dubai, Tarek Bibi is a hypnotherapist that can help you get over your fears, conquer your self-esteem issues, and even help you quit smoking. If you have any personal demons, do not face them on your own. Let Tarek Bibi help guide you through.
Okay, well, let's watch it.
We're gonna watch.
So what we're going to do today is basically an intro to hypnosis, and I'm going to do a group hypnosis session. Everyone's going to participate. You're going to get to communicate with your angels and guides, if you believe that or not. It's really all about allowing yourself to receive from your subconscious mind whatever it is that we're working on.
Tarek Bibi is a professional hypnotherapist, certified by the National Guild of Hypnotists. Although he is successful now, this was a career move Tarek chose after he decided to make peace with his troublesome past.
Growing up as a child, I grew up in Dubai, and I just felt really different. I started realizing that why is it me who's attracting like a lot of people who bully me or put me down? Growing up as well with my father, I was put down a lot. I was physically and emotionally abused a lot. And I took that as, my father does not love me. And that was the interpretation I gave it. And that's what we do when things happen. We need a reason. So my reason was that he just doesn't like me. My father came here, did certain things, and I needed to see the reason why that happened. And now I see it as a blessing. And my father's an angel in my life. And he gave me exactly what I was asking for. And because he did that to me, now I can say maybe I'm still holding on to these things from previous lives. And he's just a reminder right from the start, as soon as I came into this world, listen, Tarek, as a soul, you're holding on to all these memories and energies that you need to release.
After Tarek made peace with his challenging past, he spent most of his time studying Buddhism and hypnosis. He then obtained his hypnosis certifications and opened his first business, Rise and Shine Hypnosis. Now, he devotes most of his time to helping others heal through hypnotherapy, meditation, and other relaxing techniques.
I lived in Indigo chapters reading book after book after book about spirituality, Buddhism, and it just really opened up my eyes about synchronicity, how things happen for a reason, and getting to that quiet state, going inside, finding out what is the root cause of this problem that's coming up in my life now. And if I don't confront it, if I don't get to the root of it, I'm pretty sure it'll keep happening. Because you're constantly consciously thinking, it's hard to communicate directly with your subconscious. Just from our upbringing, there's a lot of stuff with our parents, with the things that happen to us that we need to confront. And I think we don't value that as much as we value these other things I mentioned. But I think that, in the bigger scale of things, is huge. That's the basis of what I help people with in hypnosis. You have these recurring things, you're attracting weird relationships, you're self-sabotaging yourself, you're not sure why you're here, what your purpose is. But if you get to the root issue, confront it, release what needs to be released, clear what needs to be cleared, then you no longer need to go to those things anymore, because you're not hiding from it. You're facing it.